Welcome, Bobbi. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am really excited to share your story about how you came to the MRA, and you have a unique story because you have a lot of experience with holding space for large groups of people in your yoga practice, and what my perception, and I would love to hear it right from you, but my perception was that you were doing this incredible work holding space for these women, and it's almost like these women wanted more from you, and it's almost like coaching found you. That's what I'm gonna like kind of, yeah. So tell me about that unfoldment.
Well, 2017, I was pulled to do yoga. I did yoga, but I never thought that I would also be a teacher. So my work life of being a pharmacy technician came to a very massive halt all of a sudden. I actually got robbed at the pharmacy that I worked at, and it kind of started to pause and unfold. And then from there, all the things usually find me. So yoga teacher training found me. I graduated in 2017, and it started with 2 people, and then 4 people, and then 5 people. Then I became a business owner of a Rooma, and it kind of went from there. When I stopped teaching around where COVID started last year, I had 40, I think there was 41 women in one space.
Wow.
So yoga to me is embodiment, and it's not like you're teaching people, not just poses. So it was really like and it was speaking to whisperers, and it was basically a giant coaching session in for all the women.
Yeah.
So that's what really brought me to this. My business partner is a therapist, and one of my best friends was in your previous cohort, and she was always like, "You should try this." And I never thought in a million years that I would work and get the privilege to work one-on-one with women. So that's basically how I got here.
So never in a million years did you think you would work one-on-one with women. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
I'm a massive empath. It's one of the reasons why I took my Reiki practitioner training as well, to learn how to bubble myself up, as I like to call it, before I'd walk into a group of all these wondering eyes as I led. Sometimes I would leave yoga and feel just like melted on the floor if I didn't bubble myself up. So I thought working on one-on-one, taking in people's stories, it's just going to be, say, too big for me. And so I thought there's just no way that I would ever do that. And here I am.
Right. So what do you know now about coaching that you didn't know then?
That's a good question. That the results that the clients want is up to them, and it's not up to me.
Yeah.
I ask direct, clear, curious questions to pull people's deepest wisdom and hold this like giant container of safe space. And yeah, that's what I know now. And that is expansive for me and doesn't feel like constricted. And it just feels like just pure privilege to be in presence with another woman one-on-one.
And that is quite a shift, isn't it, Bobbi? And I can always, in class, I can always see people's light bulbs starting to go off when they start to realize that, wow, I actually, as an empath, as someone who feels very deeply, there are actually skills and tools to learn how to, right, how to, no, that's yours. The results are yours, and it's not on me. Because otherwise there is this, it's called compassion fatigue, right? And as empaths, we do very naturally take on other people's stuff, but that is not what coaching is. Like, contrary to popular belief, that is not what coaching is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't feel that way for me, because I know I forgot, like, oh, I also have the tools that I've worked really hard to achieve to protect myself. And I do my stuff before I work with clients and after I work with clients. And there's just resources in this program that are just like, there's tools and support and resources to learn how to how to bubble yourself up and how to lead from a place of just like a guiding other than like a forcing healing to happen. So that's what I love the most is the support throughout the entire program. So you never feel alone or stuck, or if you're curious about something, there's always someone to reach out to.
So you are inside the program right now. You're still a student of the MRA inside the coach training. And you've also very quickly had a lot of success in attracting in the right types of clients and a lot of success in launching your coaching practice as we have been in training. Can you speak to that?
What should I even say about that? Yeah, I don't know. I just like, it kind of makes me uncomfortable.
I was just about to say, can you just own that for a second?
Like, yeah, I've always believed you get what you put out, and I have a really I co-create with spirit and source, and I call them my God, my GAWDs. So all the gods, all the angels, all my deepest wisdom and universe and spirit, and I really know that I'm co-creating with something so much larger than me, and with that I call in those women, and it's been really, really powerful. And yeah, I can't believe that this is what I get to call my vocation now, with all bringing forward everything that I've learned into it. And yeah, it's pretty special.
What has opened up in terms of the possibility of your future and your life when it comes to this vocation and this kind of big vision? What's opened up for you?
When I thought about like my word or like my theme for the year, it was divine opportunistic timing. And just like going through the ride of it. And it's opened up financial integrity for me. It's opened up different streams of income for me. And it's just another outlet for me to be able to express myself. And yeah, it just feels like, me. And that's just the best part. I can still be me. And that's why there can be all different yoga teachers and all different coaches. That's what makes us special, because we can be all these different, we all learn the same program, but we all can be different styles of coaches. And I think that that's really special too.
Yeah. And it's the more you become, and the more you self-express as the most authentic version of who you are, you really realize that there is more than enough. Like, people sometimes will ask me, is the market too saturated? Like, are there too many coaches out there? And I'm like, oh my goodness, no. There are so many people who desire coaching, right? It is an up and coming thing. And you're right. The more you become, the more you attract those perfect soulmate clients to you.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And if you believe, you receive, and that's just, your people will find you. And there is so enough for everybody. And I cannot, I just cannot express that enough.
Do you have do you have a vision for how you're going to marry all this together? So you've got yoga, you've got this beautiful, space that you hold for women. I'm picturing like retreats and all sorts of different things. And you've got coaching. What does the big vision look like?
Right now, I'm just really focused on calling myself a mindfulness coach. And I feel that I can express myself all of the ways that I need to. But yeah, retreats, because I could teach yoga and I could teach breath work. And breath work is really important to me. And, I love starting clients with breath work and body scans, and after work with breath work. I pulled in like people with chronic pain, and at the end we end up like using yoga tune-up balls to like roll our feet out and ground down in our feet afterwards. And I can really fully express in every version of myself through coaching. It's endless. I feel like this was the little massive cherry on top of all the spiritual practices and lessons and that I've been through for the last 6 years. And yeah, this is a big program. This is going to be a game changer for me.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What made you say yes to this? How did you know? Maybe I'm going to back up. How did you know? So you described this initial like, no, this is not for me, right? But how, like, so talk me through, how did you go from this to here we are in both, not just practitioner training, but now coach training? How did you
I
know?
move, I can move fast because I'm very connected to my yes, no sacral. So it was one of those like, book a call with me, let's chat. And it was the same thing happened with me when I went to take my yoga teacher training. It showed up and it was like, there's a yoga studio in Lanark. And I was like, I've lived in Lanark for 8-9 years and I had no idea. Like it just, this, I believe that things find you, and this program found me. And it was just like, yeah. And I got on the call with you, whatever. It was like 10 minutes. I was vibrating. It was vibrating. And when that happens, like a full visceral vibration for me, I just know that I don't know how, I don't know when, I just have to. And that's how I've like gotten through my life. So here I am.
And it's gotten you pretty damn far.
Yeah, it has. So grateful for that. Yeah, it's pretty special.
To someone listening to this who perhaps had the same reservations as you did about, can I actually, you've always been drawn to serving others, right? But someone listening to this and resonating with, I don't know if I could actually have the capacity to hold space for people one-on-one, or I don't know if I could like physically take in all of that. What would you say to them?
Even if you just do this program for you and you don't even think about serving anybody, this program will change the way you listen to people. It will make you more present with your people. That's what I think is the most important. So looking at that, if you feel the pull to do this program, just think about doing it for you first. And if it comes and later you want to serve, beautiful, but first we must serve ourselves. And I think that that is like the greatest lesson of all. And I've known many friends who have taken yoga teacher trainings and just different trainings to expand and to expand their mindset and expand their world. And if you just focus on yourself first and take this program, you will learn so much about how you move through your life and serve others. And then if eventually you do want to coach, like you have all the tools. Because
You're right. It changed. It's so much beyond just coaching clients. It changes your like your physical makeup, like your neural pathways and the way you see things and the way you interact with others. And it creates that ripple effect outward in your circle of influence. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just see, the women who take this program, like my girlfriend, are like, the way we listen to each other and hold space for each other is so different. We've been friends for 11 years and it's so different. The way that like even my other girlfriend is like, I just love the way that you listen now. My relationship with my husband, it's like I can ask him really clear-cut, curious questions to pull his deepest wisdom, and I don't have to fix anything. So just that alone, holding people whole and creative and resourceful is just such a gift, because a lot of the time people look for you for answers, and it's like all you got to do is look within. So this program guides you to learning how to do that.
What would you say, in a nutshell, is the biggest change that has occurred in your life since taking this program?
That's a good question. I think just like self-discovery is ongoing and it never ends. And just a giant permission slip to like never stop learning, because you just, and like craving that learning, because it will just take you like so many places. So I think that's like my greatest takeaway, is just like, don't say no because you've taken so many programs or you've gone back to school so many times. Or it's like, if you feel it, do it. And you'll just like, you'll never lose out. Like you'll never lose out on investing in yourself. And that's what this program has done for me. And when I invest in myself, I invest in other women as well, because it helps to advance women and launch women in the forward direction in which we need to be going.
It's beautiful, Bobbi.
Mm.
People who are watching this, if they're feeling pulled to you and exploring coaching, how can they contact you? How can they reach out to you, learn about your services?
So I'm on Instagram, just my name, Bobbi McDougal. I have Bobbi McDougal Self-Discovery Coaching on Facebook. And I think that's really it. You can book a link on my Instagram to do a 20-minute free coaching call and just a little discovery call. But that's where you'll find me. I post there every day, and yeah, it's just one of my outlets is posting and writing. So that's where you'll find me.
Beautiful. Thank you, Bobbi.
Thank
And
you.
anyone listening to this who can feel themselves in Bobbi's story and who do feel this innate desire to serve, and if you're interested in learning more about could coaching be that vocation for you, I urge you to book a call. Our next cohort starts next month in March, and at the end of March, and we would be so happy to chat with you to see if this is your next best step. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time, Bobbi.
It's been so nice. Thank you.